20 years ago, a bunch of teenagers played a game of great and terrible power. There were no rules in early aughts America/Tokyo, until a boy named Yugi discovered that he could abuse the system. Now, it is up to ShibuyaGato.
His wallop is just fine.
Shora.
My co-hosts are making me feel extinct, dino dorks!
Calamity Carl.
You're not the first child I've harpooned, and you won't be the last!
And Bio-Roxas.
Something, Kingdom Heart of the Cards.
To revisit these past events using the Millennium Microphone and save the world from the Shadow Games, just as that bad Egyptian bitch did 5,020 years ago.
Man, I'm the only one that did do a voice.
Oh, my God. Well, because mine's a direct quote from the dub. So.
It works better. It works better that you didn't do a voice.
You're the one that's just sort of tired and like doesn't know what's going on.
You're the one out of the loop. Like, what is?
Good.
God.
All right, I think this is a good jumping in point for the actual podcast. So hi, how's everybody doing?
How's it going?
I'm tired.
How'd you guys enjoy your required viewing?
You sound like I'm keeping you here as a prisoner. What's going on there, bud?
Good.
I absolutely didn't have to rush and watch the entire thing in like a day because retail is hell. No.
Oh, you work retail? Where do you work? Sorry. Not the point of the podcast, unless you sell
Welcome
Yu-Gi-Oh
to
cards.
the Retail Hell podcast.
Unless you sell Yu-Gi-Oh content, I don't care about your job. Is that better?
Jesus Christ!
Oh God.
Absolutely savage.
For your information, I work at Industrial Illusions, so fuck you.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Fucking Bio Woody over here tearing into Shora.
My guess is no one's ever cared about your job before.
Are we just going to use the thumbnail from
just gonna
last
use
If I
time
just
and
edit that to be
slap our
Bio and
fucking
Shora, that's
characters?
really funny though.
Fuck's sake.
Oh, man.
Look, if that becomes the running thumbnail on the podcast, that's less work I have to do, so that's kind of ecstatic for me.
Shibuya. What you have to make it is that picture of Suzaku from Code Geass holding a fish, saying, "I will now pleasure myself with this fish, but it's Mako Tsunami."
No!
I mean, that's really good, though.
It's
Fuck.
strong, but fuck no. God.
Anytime I hear Carl like starting to like turn into something sexual, my brain is just like no.
Anytime I hear Carl
No,
starting
no.
to say anything, I have to brace myself because I know I'm about to be slapped by
I
the
was just-
horny energy this shit shows.
I was just waiting for you to go anytime I hear Carl. And I was going to be like, oh, no.
Remember, you're still on thin fucking ice from last week.
Don't worry, these notes are decidedly less horny than last week's.
Doubt it. I doubt that.
That's bad news for my bets, because I have a couple notes where I've placed my bets on you making horny comments.
They're less horny and more angry.
You know what? That's valid. Okay. Anyway, now that we've gotten all of our Jesus Christ, what are you saying bits out of the way, it's time to consult the Pot of Greed on the 6 episodes we watched for this week.
What'd it do?
According to the Pot of Greed, episodes 7 through 12 of Yu-Gi-Oh! Involve a freaky fishman who denies being a freaky fishman, a small child being kidnapped and locked in a tower because a Fortune 500 company needs to get back at a teenager for beating another teenage CEO at card games, and a tragedy in California. So.
No.
Haven't they had enough already?
No.
Good.
Sorry, hold on. Are you making a joke with the burning lands and the burning of
No,
California?
I'm literally not. The show has a thing with California that I'm surprised you don't remember because I took
Okay.
note of it twice.
I do
Jesus
not remember
Christ.
that at all. I thought you were making a joke because Yugi uses the burning lands, and I was like,
out of
that's
California.
fucked. I was like, that's fucked.
It's episode 9 where I get to talk about the California bit because it's, not even subtle. They literally zoom in on California.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Holy shit. I was about to say, you're fucking talking smack about my comment about Bakura. You're sitting here saying as vile shit.
I am not you. My jokes are not that awful. Most of the time. I give myself 5% of the time to be the worst. And that's it.
That's fair. That's fair.
All right. So, Bio, how'd you find episodes 7 through 12?
There's that common crazy. What am I trying to say? There's like this Deus Ex Machina kind of feel for like every single episode and every single duel. So they're like, oh no, I'm about to lose, but wait, I have this card that I've never seen before, and
welcome to the heart of the cards.
It's gonna completely.
This is all the heart of the cards is. It's like when Sora says my friends are my power. It's Deus Ex, heart. This is Deus Ex card games.
It's protagonist privilege. Get with the program.
The heart of the cards is light.
And like, I feel like in like modern anime or like modern TV anime shows, like they're aware enough to be like, oh, we can't have the protagonist win every single time, so we'll have him like mess up here, mess up there. But like at this point, like when they created this, it's just like Yugi must win every single thing he tries.
I mean, give it time. We're still only in the first like arc of multiple
That's
arcs.
True.
And we're also in decidedly the worst arc since they didn't even know what the fuck the card game was about at this point.
I'm not going to call this the worst arc when
Yeah.
some
At
later
all.
ones exist, Carl.
I mean, this arc legitimately has no rules. It's a wild fucking wasteland.
Yeah, it's the
Okay,
Wild
okay.
West of card games.
With the field bonus, if you use a moon, does that actually like make the tides come
No.
up for the other? Okay, I was like, what?
I mean-
like I'm just like I'm trying to imagine like
Bio-
two kids playing and being like, I use the moon.
Bio, everything they do, I'm pretty sure half the cards they played in this entire series, like this entire part of the season, doesn't fucking exist. Not a single one. I'm pretty sure Full Moon doesn't exist as a card.
Yeah, I don't think the moon
Oh,
exists
really?
as a card because that's kind of stupid, and B, if you ask about rules in Duelist Kingdom, the answer is usually because literally no one fucking knows. They just made shit up.
Everyone goes, "How do you play this card game?" And everyone just like shakes their heads and like shrugs.
So,
Actually,
Full Moon does exist, just not by that name. It's originally Mystical Moon,
Oh.
but for some reason they fucking slapped a high-res PNG of the moon on it.
That's
Is it
great.
literally
Like
just
the
a
real
photo?
moon.
That's great. Show me
It
this.
is literally just a photo of the moon.
Show me this in memes.
I'm gonna need art of that to put in the actual video of the podcast, please.
It also doesn't do anything like what that fucking does.
So does it not
okay.
give Silverfang
Okay.
a power boost?
No, it I don't think so, actually, no, cause
Silverfang still confirmed weakest card in Yugi's deck. Change my mind. You cannot.
Because Mystical Moon is a field spell that you can... No, it's not even a field spell.
It's an equip card. Equip
You
only to a
equip
Beast Warrior
Beast
type
Warrior.
monster.
Gains 300 attack and defense. What the
That's
fuck?
really shitty.
That sounds like
That's the
regular
dumbest.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh my god.
That sounds like
It's
original
so
Yu-Gi-Oh. All right.
bad.
Hey, what if I took this werewolf and just slapped a moon on it?
Oh. Sorry, I found a eBay listing for Egyptian god slime.
What?
The card.
What?
Oh, the slime. Oh, that thing we haven't gotten to
We
yet.
haven't gotten to that, but I forgot this thing existed.
I.
There's a lot. Holy shit! What are these cards?
That's what?
What?
Oh, we're gonna get
I'm
to that.
so confused.
The
This card's
I
name
can,
is treated as Revival Jam.
There's literally a Yugi King of Games card.
I can actually kind of explain this. Carl, there is a vibrant community of people who make fake Yu-Gi-Oh cards. And it's actually kind of fascinating, and I nearly got into it for a while. It's literally,
I was just a bunch of really high quality fakes.
yeah. Mostly, it's people making full art versions of monsters. Like, there are some fucking good-looking full art Dark Magicians. But
I was
it's
so confused. It's like, what the fuck is going on? I don't think it's
Do you think
real.
someone like bought one of those fake cards and like tried to use it in a real duel?
Oh, I'm sure.
Just like pull it out and be like, haha.
Hold on, we got some Dark Magician girl and Harpy lady with their titties out. Hold on, I'm interested again.
Carl, save the horny for after the podcast. Or at least until we get to specific notes, which, ideally would be right now when we start talking about episode 7.
Hey.
So, episode 7, Joey...
Intro still slaps.
Yes,
Yeah.
What?
the intro still slaps.
Okay, I actually like this. I like this episode.
This episode is the best one of the bunch.
It's pretty good.
I know.
Tsunami or whatever, the water guy. Like, I actually like him.
Mako Tsunami?
Like, he seems like he's such a good boy. Like, he was like, I want to fight you to a duel, and he's all honorable and stuff. It's not like I'm gonna steal your deck and rip your cards up so I can win.
He's one of the most honorable, least scummy, most handsome duelists on the island. Change my mind.
Fish, husband, fish, husband. I love him.
Shibuya, Carl, Mako Tsunami is a hot lad.
For once, a character Carl finds that's 19.
Yes. Correct.
But yeah, that was one of my thoughts when I was watching. I was like, oh, there's an actual human being in one of these duels.
Yes.
Can I say, fucking every line in this episode is fucking fantastic. First off, Joey being a no-brain himbo with an appetite. It's me to a T. It fits too well. I hate him so much. He needs to
Okay,
stop.
please tell me that they're not gonna like have Joey be like a super smeller for like the rest of the series.
God,
Because
I
he
wish.
he smelled the perfume on the cards and they smelled this, and someone made the comment of like, man, with Joey's nose we can find anything, and I was like, no, please, no, I don't
I
need this.
fucking
Bio,
wish.
I want you to look forward to the end of season 1 of Yu-Gi-Oh! Where this
No.
potentially comes back around as a callback. I don't actually know if it's meant to be a callback to this, but I think you'll enjoy how that pans out with Joey.
Taya
Just get his nose
fucking-
broken and it can never smell again.
Taya's line read of like, I gotta have my 5 basic food groups, so I'm gonna have a metabolic meltdown.
I just wrote down Taya, Metabolic Meltdown is just the name of my autobiography, Taya.
I just wrote down the fucking words metabolic meltdown.
Tristan pulling out his fucking survival book and Joey going, "Can we eat it?"
Oh, God.
And of course, Squirrel, you doofus.
I'm gonna laugh if they never bring up the idea that they need to eat again. Like it's like only one time that they're actually hungry for this set
It
piece.
wasn't his brain that beat my. You're goddamn right.
I mean, true. We're getting to that later, though. I just also want to say that I don't think it comes up in the sub for episode 7, but in one of these episodes, the sub says that Duelist Kingdom is only 2 days long, and I don't think anywhere in the dub do they fucking say that. And it makes a lot more sense if you think about it from a perspective of they're on this island for a couple days, and then they leave. Instead of, this feels like it's been months. When will they return to civilized society?
Oh god, yeah, no, Duelist Kingdom was only like 2 days. Fuck.
So I have a genuine question. When Joey sniffs out the fish and they run to the fish and he's like, "We're gonna have some barbecued fish." They're just grilled, right? They're not barbecued.
Yeah, they're grilled, but dub.
It's like, is there a difference between barbecued and grilled? Is there like,
I mean, a barbecue.
it's gotta be, right?
A barbecue's
gotta be a
just
difference?
just a grill, isn't it? Just like an outdoor grill.
Oh my god.
Like I don't fucking know, man.
Oh my god.
Also,
When you barbecue,
it's a
you're
fucking
cooking
lie.
with a slow circumvented unit of hot air with the lid closed. Grilling is done with the lid up. That's
which
literally
means
the
that
only
literally
difference.
it cannot be a barbecue if it's on an open flame. So the dub is just objectively wrong. We did it. We figured it out.
We got him, boys. We got him. Put 4
Get
kids in the
fucked, 4
fucking
kids.
ground, baby.
This is why they went bankrupt.
Let me see. Oh yeah. Also, Tristan saying it's fucked up to eat octopus. Like, damn dude, learn to be a weeb like the rest of us.
That octopus was my favorite part of this episode.
That octopus is a little lad, and I love him.
I was freaking out seeing it on his head in the background. I was just like, they're not gonna bring this up, are they? And they did. And I was like, there he is.
So good.
That octopus is a good boy.
Joey, I wanted to eat that. You're demented. I was like, this is the funniest episode, hands down. This is the funniest fucking episode. So good.
I really like the fight too. I don't know if, I've never played Yu-Gi-Oh, but just the idea that like water enemies can hide underwater and be safe from damage, like that was cool. Cool little set piece.
Yeah, when you bring up the idea of like the main conceit of Duelist Kingdom, which is the holographic, dueling arenas, that's a really cool touch to add. That like the field power bonus isn't just, for attack and defense points. It can also be like for aesthetics, like ocean monsters hide underwater. That's neat. I like that. Kind of stupid, but I do like it. Also, Yami versus Mako is just the battle of the hottest dudes on this island. Like, it's Land Twink versus Sea Himbo, and I'm here for it.
Can I say I love that they're sitting there eating this food with Mako. He's getting his plan in motion. They get up and they're like, all right, well, thanks for the food. And he's just like, leaving so soon, are you? And they just go, thanks, Mako. Bye. See you later. Like, they just ignored him straight up.
He just like chucks a harpoon at him.
Yeah, also how he almost murdered a child. Why would anyone ever do something as sinister and evil as killing a child?
Maximillian Pegasus.
Don't put that on me.
It's funny, because my first note for the next episode is, finally, the child is dead.
No!
Oh, I also have an important point to bring up that I think will deal some soul damage to everyone in this chat right now.
Mm-hmm.
Mako Tsunami, backstory and all, is almost just Shark Boy from the hit film Shark Boy and Lava Girl in 3D.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck
Tell
up.
me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Went out to sea with an ocean-loving father. Father is lost at sea. If he had been found by sharks instead of people, it would have just been Shark Boy.
Why does Feral Imp look like a crackhead in this episode?
Because he is.
Horned Imp too.
They really do be looking like they be honking on that pipe, though.
A lot of the monster designs in these episodes look really bad.
I have a very genuine question.
What?
When they're like looking at their little duel mat on the stands in the stadium thing,
Okay.
can't they see what cards your opponent puts down on a monitor opposite your playing field?
Sometimes? Question
like
mark?
it.
Because they showed it in the last couple episodes. You see like the card right there on the other side. Like it shows you what your opponent has played. Yugi's sitting here like, how can I attack his monster not knowing what it is? And it's like face up on Mako's field in his screen. It's like it's eyes.
See, okay, I feel like Yugi would be one of those people that doesn't look at that.
No, Yugi.
Like,
That's
if
fair.
it was in front of him, he would be like, I'd never look at that. I have too much honor.
Yugi does. Joey does not. The idiot.
I never look down. I only look up and towards the future.
That would be something they would use to justify that. Never mind. Okay, you're good.
I've only ever played analog.
I have never seen my penis in my life.
That's strike one of this episode.
See,
Continue.
you just...
Oh, well, here comes strike two, because when Taya goes, what is that? Literally, my note is, hentai, Taya. It's hentai. You're Japanese. Don't even pretend you don't know what a kraken is.
Bad.
See, that's not
Bad.
that's not a
Bad.
strike, because for the sub episodes,
Because Carl didn't say
for the
it.
sub episodes, I just wrote down Horned Imp out here living someone's dream, and then immediately after that, Feral Imp also out here living someone's dream.
I have to say, I made a note here in the middle of the episode where I just went, I've paused the episode. If you tell me right now that Feral Imp's attack isn't going to work because my giant jellyfish absorbs electricity, I'm going to bash my head into a wall until I bleed to death immediately after. Well, I'd say it had a good run, but I honestly should have been canceled after the 12th season. Followed, of course, by get the fuck out of here, Silverfang.
Is that also a thing where, like, certain monsters have...
That's not a thing at all.
It isn't? Okay.
Not unless they have effects.
The elements don't really play in as far as weaknesses
Yeah.
to monsters, so much as they play in, at least a modern context of Yu-Gi-Oh!, to, like, card effects. So, like, stuff will apply only to dark-type monsters on a spell card, or stuff like that.
Season 1 of Yu-Gi-Oh! Is literally just Kazuki Takahashi going, I need something that will create artificial tension. Jellyfish sting? That's kind of electric, right?
I'm also just going to bring up the point of shouldn't Horn of the Unicorn just not work anyway because of the field power bonus stuff that you literally established in the Weevil duel
Yep.
4 episodes ago?
Yep.
Like, it's
I wrote, like, I'm glad Yu-Gi-Oh! Isn't like this I erased the land with my ocean bullshit. As close to it Link's got, I guess. Link's got pretty close to it.
oh god.
All in all,
Yeah, I just love how he like spawns that thing and it just punches the moon. He's like, attack upwards.
That was the best. I just, all full caps, is this motherfucker seriously attacking the moon? I take it all back. This is
I
wrong.
play the moon, and you take the moon, and I break the moon, and your dad is dead.
And I just have my notes. Now, Stone Soldier, destroy the moon! Damn, bitch, this is Sonic Adventure 2 all over again.
Hell yeah. I love that Yugi ended the duel by summoning Curse of Dragon after attacking, and then playing Burning Land as an attack,
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
which isn't what any of that does. And I was like, okay, yeah, you know, I can't
Oh,
question this
yeah,
anymore.
I was
I'm gonna
like-
go crazy.
So that was it wasn't a trap card, but it was like a effect card, but it changed his monster's attack into a magic attack.
Yeah, that's not what that does.
Yeah,
but
like-
that's,
like
very confused.
Dragons breathe fire already? Wouldn't that just...
I play my Burning Land, so it hit all monster. That's what do. Good card play. Good. I'm games. Me. Joey, ambulance. Help.
See, I was gonna say, Carl, try again. But no, you ended that fun.
Joey, help.
Okay. So, an interesting note that I want to bring up on sub versus dub here is that when Mako randomly goes into the dramatic monologue about his dad, in English, he's specifically like, I want to buy a boat so I can search the seas for my father because I know he's alive. And JP has a much darker tone of
course.
I want to buy a boat to conquer the ocean after what it did. And it's like, he's just resigned to the fact that his dad fucking died. Holy shit.
Oh,
That's
wow.
darker, but a little bit more...
In Japanese,
Yeah.
he's straight up just like, my dad is dead, therefore I'm going to buy a boat and fuck the ocean.
That's fair.
Jesus.
I would do the same.
I'm going to stick my dick in the ocean.
We know you would, Carl.
I mean, he does that every day, clearly.
My only note. I don't even know if I can read the note about that. That's gonna be
I'll,
strike two.
I'll censor
I
it if
take
you
it back.
read it.
We still have 5 more
All right,
episodes.
well, let's
Choose
see.
your strikes wisely.
That's fair.
You only get
I
2
was just-
strike exemptions, and those are things that I've predicted you will call out.
Just like, oh, we're gonna get serious now? Yeah, drop that daddy drowned lore, my sweet hunky fish hubby, then crush my windpipe like a soda can.
That's not a strike, because Mako Tsunami is a very good choice for husband in this series.
He's also
So
legal.
good.
He's 19.
Yeah, we did check.
He's a good man.
We did check. He's over 18. This is not a Kaiba situation. We're
Okay,
all clear.
I didn't know that.
We're good.
I was like,
I wouldn't be openly thirsting otherwise. Also, just actual note I wrote. After having to sit through Weevil the Bastard, getting to see Mako the Kind Himbo was very nice.
it was.
love him.
Yeah, nice change of pace.
It's too bad that Weevil came back, and in the next fucking episode,
Yes, for 3 seconds to be proven to be an absolute douche, even while
just
he,
like his continued existence enrages me.
Yeah, well, get ready for Duelist Kingdom, or not Duelist
I
Kingdom,
know.
Battle City.
I
buddy.
know.
Also,
I know.
last note on episode 7 before we move on. As the episode was closing and they were all like saying their goodbyes, I was just like, does he just bring his deck into the ocean with him? Like, the gauntlet's bad enough because the starships could get lost. Like, Mako, please, I like you. Don't do this to yourself. I want you to succeed.
Listen, he sprayed his deck with that waterproof spray that you can put on clothes. They're hydrophobic, don't you know?
Oh, that stuff's really cool.
It's neat.
It like bubbles all the liquid up and then just like rolls off.
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
it's very neat.
My last note about episode 7 is just being very confused how they got on that dual platform at all.
What do you mean?
The sides were nowhere. The thing was floating in the middle of the ocean. There were no like stairs or sides going to the side platforms. How did they get
I mean,
on?
Mako used his harpoon to climb up.
Obviously.
I use this for 2 things: climbing and murdering children. Also fishing. 3 things.
What was your note, Shora, about some kid dying in episode 8?
Oh yeah. So moving on to episode 8, we open with a mysterious figure escaping from Pegasus's castle. Oh my gosh, I wonder who that could be. And then he proceeds to fall out of window and dies. End of episode. Oh wait, no.
was a good episode.
2 seconds. 2 seconds.
I must
later,
have watched the
he's
director's
alive.
cut or something.
Hard cut to a child with broken legs and a pool of blood on the ground going, Seto, help!
Oh god.
Seto! Everyone feels sad. It was the dark era of Yu-Gi-Oh!
See, everyone wrote really, really like dark notes about that, and I'm just like, Mokuba and that beanie is me trying to sneak out of my room for 4 a.m. snacks. Goddamn.
Oh, I didn't write that. I was just building off of what Shor was talking about. My note was, yeah, Mokuba, let's fucking go!
Also true.
Brother, help me. My body is crumpled like a paper airplane.
Also, when it's panning through Pegasus's castle with the portraits on the wall, I'm just like, shoddy.
It comes to Pegasus, just like laughing his ass off, and I just wrote down, calm down, Shora.
I mean, you're right.
So, Shora, what's your favorite comic book that you would read with fruit juice and gorgonzola cheese?
Oh man, my favorite comic
Oh,
book
I love that.
I would read with fruit juice and gorgonzola cheese. I mean, I would love to go ahead and read me some Gyro's Bizarre Journey.
Interesting. Also,
Good choice. Good choice.
important question that I'm
I
sorry. But this is very important. I need to give this question to all of you. What brand of fruit juice would you try with gorgonzola cheese if you were ever to do this in your life?
Juicy juice.
Good shit. I considered Juicy Juice, but then I was like, Minute Maid fruit juice is also very good. A little sugary, but like real nice.
I usually get Minute Maid when I get juice.
I get like Ocean Spray or whatever that stuff's called. Like Ocean
that's
Wave or
good.
something.
Oh yeah, that's good too.
I don't know if it's good.
I mean, I've never actually had it.
So Bio. Here's a
yes.
question for you, since you're the newbie to this. We know, but you don't. Who do you think those portraits are? I mean, they must be pretty important if Pegasus took the time to get portraits made of 2 random people and put them on his wall, right?
I'll be honest with you. Didn't know there were portraits on the wall. I didn't
Honestly,
see
I didn't either. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Were there people in the...
I was too focused on like every time I saw Pegasus, he's freaking like smelling his grape juice, and I was like, you could animate this in a better way. Like if you want to go out of your way to call it grape juice, you don't have to show him like spinning it and sniffing it. Like it's so obvious.
This motherfucker's so rich, he's sitting in a chair reading comic books, eating gorgonzola cheese off a plate with a bowl of fruit next to him not being touched, and he's sipping on some wine, and he's just like,
Grape juice.
I love a good Archie comic.
I do love me some good old Garfield. I hate Mondays.
Oh, Jughead, you stupid idiot! I love you.
Jughead, you dumb bitch. If you were real, I'd kiss you on the lips.
Cole Sprouse sweats nervously.
Cole Sprouse like, I'm getting out of here. I gotta leave.
Cole Sprouse like, I have to leave. I have to go.
Pegasus over here like, I love reading Neon Genesis Evangelion with Garfield
The
in
fact that this motherfucker, someone walks in and goes, our prisoners escaped, and he's like, which one? Like, he really is Jeff Bezos. He's the Jeff Bezos of the Yu-Gi-Oh
I
world.
didn't realize that line was there. Fuck.
I didn't realize that
I was
one.
making
Okay,
so many
That's
other notes.
awesome.
There's another fucking line he says in a fucking episode, I think like 2 episodes from now, where he's talking to Croquet, the gray-haired fucking goon he has. And
I keep forgetting his name's Croquet.
His name being Croquet.
his name is
so good.
Croquet, yeah. And he literally goes, must I lock you away again?
The again. I was like, bro.
Damn, where's that Pegasus X Croquet fic? I need to know.
So bad.
I just again like in this episode it just shows such like a contrast between, you know, these huge holographic games that are epic, and then you just have these 10-year-olds running around stealing each other's cards.
Yes.
Because he's just like, I'm gonna take those.
We
It's
really
like,
do look at
what?
all parts of the social hierarchy here. Small child with cards, older child with cards, big man who created the cards and also has multiple prisoners.
Like I said last fucking episode, this shit, Duelist Kingdom, is just Lord of the fucking Flies, but trading cards.
Yeah.
Kill the pig, spill its blood, eat its flesh.
So, as I said last episode, Joey, you want those starships? Just steal them, bud.
Hey, you?
Just steal them from people who are asleep,
Oh,
bud.
okay. First off,
Obviously, the fucking guards
Just
don't give a
take 'em.
shit.
Guards don't give a shit. Pegasus is all about this fucking Hunger Games shit.
yeah, I'm.
Yeah, isn't it? I like the end of this episode where they're like, "We have his stars," and the bodyguard's just like, "Bam!" It's like throws him into the sea.
They smack him away. He smacks him into the ocean. He goes, ha 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 ha, owned.
It's like the next immediate scene after Pegasus is like having this weird sexual tension with his bodyguard. That like you see the Secret Service choking out a 12-year-old with the world's worst fashion sense.
Don't make fun of Mokuba's clothes.
No.
He's
I
trying his
mean,
best.
the random 10-year-old.
Oh, the random
We've
kid got
basically
you.
skipped
Yeah,
over
fuck that
this
kid.
entire episode, but this entire episode is so easy to
Yeah,
skip
the
over.
bodyguard puts both of them in a headlock.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like he just like lifts him up with one arm, and like the animation for it is just the guy's completely still, and you just see the kid just
The
like,
child is
rapidly
vibrating
moving
while
between
trying
two.
to fucking breathe. Yeah.
Tristan
dang.
attacking this man, I of course wrote down the classic line, "My hair gives me super strength."
See, I wrote down the classic line, "I'm on the big guy. I'm off the big guy."
And just fucking, I just screamed like, holy shit, it actually gives him super strength. I wasn't expecting Tristan to just flip this 500-pound man. This muscle-bound boy just flipped his ass. And then the dude just bounces back and does a Kamen Rider kick. He just fucking Kamen Rider kicks Tristan in the chest.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I also completely...
This show's great. This show's
Yu-Gi-Oh!
fucking
Is so
great.
good.
I completely forgot that immediately after I'm off the big guy, I wrote in my notes, "Damn, looks like Carl stole this child's starships, huh?"
I immediately wrote after that, that's why you steal starships.
Glad to know our notes are so in sync.
So,
Oh, Lord.
When the battle starts and he gets that third eye again, and what his friends are like, "Oh, it looks like he can see into his soul somehow." I'm like, there's literally like a glowing eye on his head. Why are you
they
guys
don't see-
blind?
Yeah.
They don't see the glowing. No, you see the sunlight shining down, so it's blocking their sight of Yugi.
They just think it's like a huge reflection
Mokuba,
off his
however,
giant forehead.
Mokuba can like see the eye clear as day and is shitting his pants. Like, what the fuck is going on, dude? No, I don't want this. This is scary. He knows what? No, this is bad. I don't want to be
Holy
here no
shit.
more. I want to
His
leave.
third eye just opened.
I did a little doo-doo in my pants. I want to go home. Sato, I gotta change. I don't have any more pants.
Pegasus only gave me one pair,
Pegasus stole all my pants.
God.
and yet somehow I got a beanie.
I don't even remember the battle between them.
Yeah,
It sucked.
be honest.
It's not even a real battle. It's just Mokuba plays a couple of cards, gets intimidated by someone
has a
who's
flashback.
just speaking the truth, and then Mokuba's just like, "Nyeh," and steals all of his shit.
Yeah, I was just like, how could you think he won't just steal your shit after you put it down like that kid said he did to him? Use your brain, Yugi.
Well, I mean, this is the same kid that like took his granddad's deck after he just saw his granddad lose.
this entire episode is literally just a kid has his shit stolen. They try to help him. Another kid tries to fuck with them. They fuck with him back. Everybody gets fucked. A whole bunch of people are forced to stay on a dinghy with Weevil Underwood. Fucking Weevil. I want you to think about that for a minute.
A fate worse than death.
Think about
It
being
is a fate worse
trapped
than
on a
death.
dinghy, a rowboat,
And he would die.
with Weevil Underwood and being forced
He would
to
die.
fucking row back to the mainland.
He would open his
Oh,
mouth
right,
and he
that was
would
my
be
question.
tasting ocean because I'd be sticking his face into the water until the bubbles
Bold of you
stopped.
to assume I would not simply throw this 80-pound child off of the fucking boat.
I literally, he opened his mouth to speak and I wrote, "Weevil, fuck off, get out of here, drown yourself in the ocean, you nasty little freak."
Yeah, more or less the
I'm
same.
done with him. I'm done with him.
Meanwhile,
Yeah, did the cruise ship just leave? And they just have this like tiny rowboat that they have to go
Wait,
back.
someone's missing from the boat.
Presumably.
What happened to Weevil? Help me! Help, I can't swim!
Everyone to be like, "Oh no, I can't hear anything."
It's like, what? Do you hear something? I don't. What's up with
Do you
you?
guys remember that episode of Yu-Gi-Oh where Weevil like walked up to Yugi and he went, "Hey, your deck sucks, Yugi," and Yugi just vice gripped his neck with both of his hands and just kept holding down. I remember that episode.
See,
I think I'm thinking of Evangelion.
I think you're thinking of that wrong. I see, because I'm thinking of something like that, and I'm remembering the episode where Weevil walks up to Yugi and is just like, "Your deck is shit. Your grandpa's pathetic." And then Yugi just smiles as he transforms and grows 1.5 feet, and then just grabs him by the throat, still smiling calmly, and just keeps a grip and continues to grip for 5 straight minutes of footage.
So much
Carl, goddammit, you just made me think of something that's gonna get us the second strike. Fuck's
Nope.
sake.
I know where you're going with it because I mentioned Evangelion.
Yeah, you mentioning
I'm cutting
Ava
it off there.
opened up a can of worms that I'm going to shut now.
I was talking about the scene where he just starts choking Asuka. I was just picturing that with Yugi and
Yeah,
Weevil.
but you bring up
just
Ava
fucking-
and people think of the other scenes.
Yeah,
They think of one
that
scene in
one scene.
particular that's fucked
Yeah,
up.
everyone thinks of that one scene and we're not talking about it. No, not here, not now, no. Instead, we're going to go to some wholesome content between the Kaiba brothers. Mokuba and Seto's relationship is very wholesome, surprisingly.
So Kaiba's depressed, runs quantum analysis of a duel.
Kaiba is so cool.
I was so excited when they were like, "We're going to make Kaiba have a little accident." I was like, "They're talking about killing someone in a 4Kids production? Let's go."
They only ever talk about it, though. Like, they still only finger pointed him.
That's true. Fucking, I was so excited.
I'm excited for Bandit Keith threatening Pegasus. It's going to be great.
Well, my very first note on the episode was intro still fucking slaps, as it always is. Second
So your
note
note for every opening?
was, "Oh shit, is this the Invisible Gun episode?"
Well, no, we're still on episode 8. That's not yet.
No, that's episode 8.
No, yeah, this is episode 8 with invisible guns.
Episode 8's where they pull the finger guns on
you're right, it
Kaiba,
is, but not till
Mr.
the end.
Pegasus would like to have a few words with you.
I was
Which
still
really
talking about the
sucks, too.
first flashback with Kaiba and Mokuba, where
okay.
Kaiba's just, like, depressed over the duel against Yugi with Exodia.
I can't
And-
believe I lost a trading card.
Oh, yeah.
I just really enjoyed that it had, like, some really wholesome Sasuke and Itachi, like, early flashback vibes.
That's
Okay.
no.
That entire sequence with Kaiba is literally,
I can't believe I lost a trading card game. It feels like something's been taken from me. Something gay and clown-like and
Oh, I have
super
notes
evil.
about that later, don't worry. the other thing that I wanted to touch on with the flashback is I was just like, damn, the big 5 are getting dropped this early.
The what?
You'll find out about them in a filler arc later.
look forward to a filler arc. Literally the only time they ever show up is in 2 different filler arcs.
Yeah.
Like, it gave me, like, freaking, like, some dad just, like, walking out on his son. Because he's just like, "I'm leaving." And he's like, "Dad, no way." The door slams and he's just there by himself.
I just wrote, "Seto, I'm hungry." Too bad. I'm leaving. Goodbye, you little shit.
The best part is that in the sub specifically, Kaiba's just like, "Here, Mokuba, take this." Throws him a trading card. He's like, "Seto, what is this?" This trading card contains the keys to get into all of Kaiba Corp's important documents, including the stuff to pass it on to someone else. And I'm like, you leave this shit on a trading card, the thing you know people value more than anything in this world? What the fuck, Kaiba?
That's what I mean.
Wait, I thought it was Blue Eyes White Dragon.
No.
No.
Kaiba's never gonna give blue eyes to a stupid 7-year-old. He'll drool all over.
This is
He'd
what I
never
mean.
give Blue Eyes, but he'll give him the plan still.
Yes.
And yet he'll jump out a window and forget to take his blue eyes with him.
Yeah.
This is what I mean, though. Pegasus is literally Jeff Bezos, because Amazon basically controls our world revolves around Amazon. Their world revolves around fucking dueling. Everything's... You could go to the fish market and get a pound of tuna for 5 trading cards.
More or less now, yeah.
You could go to any store and they'll be like, "I'll give you this for 10 cards, kid. Give me this booster pack." And it's like, he's just evil. That's the point I'm making.
You want 10 pounds of sashimi? Alright, that'll be, 6 dark magician girls.
Oh man, I only have 5 Dark Magician girls. I'll still take them. I still want those Dark Magician girls.
I also...
Why do you want them so much, mister? Don't ask questions, kid.
Alright, I'll cut you a deal.
Okay.
5 Gaga magicians.
Oh, good lord. Oh, anyway, Seto Kaiba, being an overdramatic bitch as usual, leaves to go to this remote, secluded cliffside house and just builds portable hollow generators to duel with. And I'm like, Kaiba, you can just buy a $3 mat at your local Walmart to duel on. You don't need this.
They're dueling items shaped like a disc. I
can't
wonder what he'll call them.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, it's neat. So freaking dumb.
No, you're not, because they don't actually bring it up yet. When Kaiba shows up later in
Oh,
Duelist Kingdom,
man.
you're going to see more of it. And that might have been when it clicked.
My issue right now with Kaiba is that he's sitting here going, how could Yugi have possibly won? I'm like, you know how he won. He summoned Exodia. It's
Yes.
literally, he got lucky, got a good hand, and managed to summon Exodia. That's how he won. That's it. He got an insta win. He got a cheap win. How is that difficult to understand? You don't need to run simulations.
Yes, I also wrote in my
Just-
notes, Kaiba, the way he beat you was Exodia. It's literally that simple. Please
It's
calm
the
down.
easiest thing to understand, Kaiba. Stop freaking out about how did I lose? Because he got a fucking escape clause.
And this monster has an effect where if I have all 5 of these cards, I automatically win the duel.
What? What?
Yeah.
What? Does that exist? That doesn't exist. How'd you beat me? What do you mean?
I mean, there's that one elephant.
They don't exist yet. That's gonna be in 50 years.
Yeah. Pegasus literally
That is
helped
an
the
elephant.
child win with an elephant at one point.
Yeah.
Aight, Kaiba, don't move or we're gonna point our fingers at you.
Yes. Seeing those guns for the first time, since this is my first time actually watching the sub, like, at all, was
Oh no,
So-
they're pointing their fingers at me.
so good. Like, it's been years in the making. It's been years in the making of me just seeing them point their fingers at him, and then he holds up his briefcase to block nothing, and then runs off. And then in the sub, it's just like there are bullets
Whatever
flying
they do
off of
while
that
they point
briefcase.
at me. It's almost like,
I was
sorry, Carl, but fuck you, Joey
I got so
Wheeler.
upset. Hold on, Shora. No, go Shora.
This is my joke you're trampling on. Peasant.
I'd also
Good.
just like to point out that in the dub, the two guys are just like, damn, no one could have survived a fall like that. And in the sub, they're just like, suicide, huh?
No.
Straight up.
Well, they pan down, like they like do like a wide shot, and you can see arches and like an access like right below the
Yeah,
window.
like,
I'm like, how?
he could have just flung himself under there, idiots.
Yes.
It's
Only
great.
a little bit. I got very upset when that man just put Mokuba in a chokehold. I was like, why is everyone treating all these kids so badly? Why do they got to keep hurting all these children? Bad guys are bad, man.
Do I have to give you the Michael Jordan
hurts
reaction
kids?
image?
Okay, Carl, there's an easy explanation for this. He holds Mokuba that way because this is a man who has obviously worked retail in his life.
I can understand it.
And I don't know if you
I
know
understand
this,
it now.
but working retail, for those in the audience who don't know, when you work retail, all you want to do in life is murder children.
Oh no! Don't say that.
Let's not.
It's episode
I
9.
gotta say, my favorite part of this episode, my favorite part of the episode is, what's this man's name? Chemo?
Yeah,
already
I
forgot
literally
that.
wrote down
Fuck.
every time they say this man's name, I have to do a double take of like chemo.
Every time, like not every time, like when he was just like, meet me back at Arena 146 in 4 hours for your duel, and they just did a hard transition, a hard faded. Well, we're here. I almost fucking dropped dead laughing. I choked on my spit.
Okay, what was stopping him from just being like, meet me back here, and then just not showing up and taking Mokuba back to Pegasus?
The problem is that they need to give Yugi PTSD. Literally in the sub, in one of these episodes for the upcoming duel, they're just like, the trauma of seeing this will give Yugi a crippling emotional trauma, and then he will lose the will to duel. And I'm like, this is a child.
Speaking of which, that's a ghastly transition we've got.
Seto Kaiba's ghost back at it again to beat a child whose grandfather he hospitalized.
On 3 guys, 1.
Does anyone have any other notes for episode 8?
That was my last note for episode 8 about Kaiba's ghost.
My last
Bio,
note for
sure.
episode 8 is Corpse Kaiba.
Corpse Kaiba.
Kaiba core, but in a different sense.
Kaiba corpse.
Oh god.
So good.
Anyway, episode 9.
We got a transition
Yeah, this
with
is
the
one
best
of the episodes
line.
where like I looked away.
Oh, what's up, Bio?
Huh? I was saying like I looked away for like 2 seconds. I looked back and all I see is Kaiba with like a ton of lines under his eyes, and I was like, "Whoa, what happened? How did Kaiba get here?"
We got a transition from episode 8 into episode 9 with the best line in this entire
not him.
series.
It's not
You
him.
don't stand a ghost of a chance.
See, I get why they couldn't dub it better, because like it's how many frames of animation? Like 4 of him just cutting in, and there's nothing to extend it with. But you could have just been like, "No way," or "No."
It's not him.
There's ways to get around it.
They could have just had Dan Green go really dramatically. No,
Yeah,
I don't believe it. It's not him.
It's not him.
it's not him.
So I have to go ahead and say this. From episode 9 onward, I start writing less and less notes until I get to that point in episode 10 where I just have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
God.
10, 11, 12,
Oh, God.
13 lines on this notepad document dedicated to one thing, and it's all just
Hell
me
yeah.
going, no, 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 no.
Oh God.
Great.
No, please no.
Please look forward to it.
I
But,
don't. I'm scared.
But one of the best notes I have for this episode is,
I know we have a telepathic bond, Yugi. We're so gay like that. Shipping fangirls go crazy for this shit.
My mans, I have a note.
True.
I have a note for for episode 10 that you're gonna love. It's so,
so
good.
episode 9.
But anyway, episode
Yugi duels a corpse.
I every time he's just sitting here making all these fucking "I'm dead" puns. I'm like, we get it, bro. You're dead. Get over it.
He's been working on them for a really long time.
I was keeping
Just
a
like-
tally of how many times they said ghost in that episode, and I legitimately lost track at 10.
My alternative note for that one was, sorry for your loss, Mokuba.
It's just like, damn, Mokuba, sorry your brother fucking died.
I'm dead, Mokuba. Deady dead dead, floating in the water, face down, blah, 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 dead. Fish is eating body, gone. Fish food.
Oh, God.
Seagulls on my back, pecking flesh. Yummy, yummy, in their
sorry.
stomach, dead. Mokuba.
Okay,
So-
okay. Approaching strike
this
2.
is-
Let's calm down.
So the synopsis for this episode is, Yugi duels a corpse. Meanwhile, Kaiba has a Metal Gear sequence and commits cyber and real-world terrorism.
So cool.
You don't understand. He showed up at his apartment, the music started playing, and I just started slamming my fists going, music to duel by! Let's go!
Same! I was
Legitimately.
literally, I was just like, oh hell yeah, Music to Duel By is in the show, and then I just have an entire note that's just all caps, give it up, cause now I'm back.
Oh, legitimately, that fucking sequence started, and I immediately just got my notepad and I was like, disappear out of here! What the fuck? This song is so goddamn raw!
It's so 2000s and it's so good, and I'm just singing along with it, forgetting to take notes for a solid minute and a half
Same.
because it's such a good sequence.
It's so
When he like sits down and
unnecessarily
turns the computer on and it has the worst.
It has like a weird
like-
kind of southern twang, but not really, and it's
Little
clearly
sassy.
my
It's like-
VA, and I'm just like, what are you doing?
Wait, was it Mai's VA? Fuck, I have to go fucking rewatch that. By the way, Shibuya, since
Yeah.
you've been watching the sub, what was that sequence like in the Japanese?
In the Japanese, it's just like this more monotone computer that's just like,
Oh, I
what
meant
are
the
you going
sequence
to
with
do?
the fucking music to duel by.
oh, it's just like the generic OST for the show, and I was just, the entire time, I was just like, this is fine, but I miss the music to duel by music. It was so dumb in
Yes,
early 2000s
good,
that this
yes.
normal OST just feels boring by comparison.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What would Pegasus have done if fake Kaiba won and beat Yugi, and
Oh,
then
shit.
the actual real Kaiba showed up and was like, hey, what the fuck? I'm still here. I'm still in charge because I'm the real Kaiba here. Hey, what's up? You're all fired, and Pegasus, get out of my house. You scare me.
I mean,
Because he's still alive.
Yeah.
He could have just showed up and just been like, hey, this is still my company because I'm still alive. Get the fuck out.
Okay, here's the thing. In English, they make it so that there's a specific clause that says only a living Kaiba family member can control the company. But in the sub, it's different. In the sub, it's literally just like the card that Seto gives Mokuba has access to documents to transfer it to anyone else. So in the dub, it makes a little less sense because that plan could have easily failed. But, Pegasus has methods. Like, throwing him into the ocean.
I have my methods. And by methods, I mean murder.
Yes.
I make trading cards for a living and murder people. Listen, it's a cutthroat business, making trading cards in this trading card economy. I mean, I'm basically not even basically, I am the richest man in the world. Because I can literally just print money. You want Dark Magician girls? I'll give you 1,000 of them.
Jesus.
But I won't, because I'm Maximillian Pegasus.
I'd also like to bring up one of the best Seto Kaiba lines in episode 10. Where the sassy AI is just snarking at him, and then he's just like, it's takeover time by me. And I was just like, yeah! Whoa! Chad!
My note was, yo, we swordfish boys?
I love that, just all of the hacking techniques are just animations on screen.
It's so good!
Just oh no.
It's like, blow up the firewall, and then 3 sticks of TNT get lit on fire.
Yeah.
Early 2000s internet superhighway. So good.
It's so good.
So good.
I love that Kaiba's saying they're hacking. He's just like, hacker voice, I'm in.
Yes.
Every hole's a goal, Yugi.
You.
There's always a back door.
Strike
or whatever
2,
he
Carl.
said.
That is... there is a back door.
I know, but you saying every hole's a goal is enough. Anyway, so here's where we get to what I said earlier about California.
Wait, why would that get a strike? I wasn't being gross. That was the line he said.
No, she said to me.
No, I said to Carl, every hole's a goal is a little bit.
Carl was like, well, what about Bio?
No, Bio's exempt. Bio doesn't do this too often. When Bio does, he's allowed because
Wait,
it's
I wasn't
rare.
even making a horny comment. I was just quoting him.
Yeah, no, I could barely hear you over
Oh,
Carl's
man.
horny, and I just see red, and I'm like, you.
Bio has a wife. He can legally be horny.
Yes.
That's fair.
True. Anyway,
What?
so when Kaiba goes to hack the Industrial Illusion server, he's like, the data goes from the island to a satellite, and from a satellite to their computer mainframe. The computer mainframe is in California. When Kaiba intentionally crashes the satellite into the mainframe, it zooms in on Southern California. And I'm just like, oh, the computer mainframe's in California? Silicon Valley's in for some bullshit right about now.
I get it now.
Yeah, you get it now. It was just unfortunate that other things are happening in there right now.
I know. I just love the fucking hard cut. He's just like, I'm sending everything to the satellite, and it does a hard cut, cutting out all the music that's playing, all the sound, to just the dead of space with the satellite floating by.
It's so good!
Like, this is the funniest shit.
They knew what
It's
they were
so
fucking
good.
doing with
They
that. It's
did.
real good.
Oh god, I love it so much.
Also, the fact that he used virtual TNT to blow up a virtual door.
Yes.
This is so dumb. It's great.
I'd
This is
also-
the best.
I'd also just like to bring up the fact that Maximillian Pegasus is hiding Yugi's duel data in like an island dungeon. And
What even is that?
in JP it's so much better because literally Kaiba has to guess the password. And in JP Kaiba's just like, an island prison that you can never escape from once you enter. The password is Alcatraz, and it works, and I'm like, what the fuck? That's so good!
That's really good.
It's so strong. It's really
And then
wrong.
America, of course, is just, he's full of himself, so his password's Pegasus. Approved.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
the dumbest. Like, Alcatraz is a way
So
cooler
funny.
resolution of that.
Okay, that's a really good dubism, though.
It is pretty good, yeah.
Like, what even is Yugi's dual data? What does that even mean? He's just like,
Like the history of his duels, strategies he uses, his live,
gotcha.
like the live stream of his duel is locked behind a private Twitch account.
I love that fucking fake Kaiba to summon Hitatsumi Giant, and they're like, "That's the card that's in my brother's deck." I'm like, you can just go and buy a fucking pack of cards.
That's one of the least rare cards in your brother's deck.
Yeah, I'm like, you can just go get that anywhere. And then they summon a fucking Blue Eyes, and I'm like, that's the one to freak out about.
Yeah,
that's
for
the
real.
one, not Hitatsumi Giant.
I just love everyone's like, it's not him, and then he
not
like
him.
summons the first card, and then they're like,
and then they're like, oh shit, it's
I don't
kind
know
of him.
if it is.
Sure, I'm gonna share a note with you on risk of getting a third strike. I'm not gonna send it to you privately. So I'm not saying it out loud anymore. There you go. You can enjoy that note. No one else will know that one.
It's sure to read
Oh
it.
god, Carl.
No one
On a
else can
scale of
know
1 to
about that
10,
one.
how bad is it?
For to me, it's relatively tame.
Shora,
To you, it's
on a
probably
scale
like
of 1
this.
to 10,
is-
how bad is it?
Honestly, this is relatively tame if you ask me.
Carl, go ahead.
It was just why Dark Magician's eyes look like he's in a hypno porn comic. Because they're just like blank and staring out at nothing. It's like, this is kind of freaking me out, honestly.
I'm okay, fine. Yeah, that one's not bad.
That's pretty tame.
I'd also just
honestly,
like to
but
point
also,
out something.
fuck.
I'd like to point out something a little more hardcore about Dark Magician. Dark Magic Attack just severed Hitatsumi Giant's limbs and head.
It's really cool.
It's so good.
Points where
Dark Magician's
certain
the best.
monsters just have such goddamn visceral deaths.
Oh yeah,
But they're fake, so of course they can show it like that.
yeah. But the fact that
They're holographic
the fact
monsters.
that Pegasus hired animators to make that many, I'm just like, damn, like really setting a precedent for Naughty Dog, huh?
We already established he's sick and twisted.
Oh, and then Kaiba just like hacks into the Blue Eyes White Dragon somehow and lowers its hit points.
Oh yeah. That is in episode 10, so I guess we're transitioning to the second half.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Oh, my bad.
because the end of episode
covered the
9.
nothing that is episode 9.
The end of episode 9 is Yugi starting to use one of the more iconic cards in his deck from here on, which is Magical Hats, which is really raw.
Oh,
Can we
yeah.
talk about how good the title for episode 10 is? Gotta give up the ghost.
Give Up the Ghost is such a good title.
It's so good.
Oh, I love it.
Okay, my first note for episode 10 is pretty good.
Blue eyes, more like goo eyes.
That is pretty good, yeah.
I watched it melting and I just wrote, ew, no, because it's really bad.
See, my first thought was just, damn, who poured water on Blue Eyes?
I didn't know Blue Eyes was a Mogwai.
I love that he summons a second Blue Eyes and they're like, another Blue Eyes? It's like, you guys know there's 3 in this deck.
He has 3, like, yeah.
Why are you so surprised?
I also
Yeah, Yugi's just like, oh, I was like, you knew that.
just wrote when Kaiba is looking at Yugi's duel data and just going like, Yugi can't win against Blue Eyes. I'm just like, Kaiba, you saw what, like 8 of the cards in his deck outside of Exodia the first duel? You literally do not know what he's capable of. You have no right to say
Can I
this.
just how did Pegasus's men find Kaiba's hidden room?
They searched the premises because it was still like in the general
was it
area of
all
the
just-
house.
Did he leave it all still open after he went in? Because that's a fucking amateur
No,
move.
I mean, I would hope he didn't, because
Because they're not going to sit there and be like, this book's a little off. Oh, it opened a secret passage. Unless it's like Pegasus used his eye to relay information because he could see through it because future vision or
I
something.
mean, if you have a secret passage like that and you're as high tech as Seto Kaiba, I assume you make it so it automatically resets whenever anyone enters or exits. Because when it cuts to them, I'm pretty sure it shows the bookcase moving to reveal the door. I don't think the bookcase is still ajar. I could be wrong on that because it's been a few days since I've seen it. But I would hope not.
I love that Kaiba just shouts out for Yugi and Yugi's like, I hear Kaiba calling out to me. I'm like, this is the beginning of their bromance.
I literally,
This is
funny
it.
you say the word bromance because I just wrote, bro, you gotta live through this attack, bro. Bro?
Bro, Yugi, you have to survive this attack so we can hang out again, bro. Bro, your lips are on mine, bro.
Yugi, Brosif, you have to live.
Oh my god. Oh, I also love that Pegasus' antivirus is the stupid cartoon rabbit, and also that it's voiced by Pegasus himself.
The MVP.
It also
What a
just
legend.
keeps going, hi Kaiba.
Hi, Kaiba.
Hi,
Hi,
Kaiba.
Kaiba.
Hi, Kaiba.
It's so good.
Kaiba.
Not that one.
I'd also like to point out a very interesting dub versus sub change, where in the dub, the guy who turns out to have been faking being Kaiba's ghost, in the dub, he's apparently the evil that Yugi expelled from Kaiba's heart, which, you know, makes it less awful when Yugi fucking kills him. But in the sub, he's like a known assassin who impersonates people, and Yugi straight up murders him.
Oh.
With the mind crush, yeah.
That's completely different.
It is very different. The 4Kids change is sorely there to avoid murder. Like,
I honestly kind of prefer him being Kaiba's evil, because that means part of Kaiba was an evil, flamboyantly gay-looking clown man. And honestly, the moment he fucking showed up, that's the point where I went, no, gross,
Yeah.
gross, no.
yeah.
This is the part where I started getting mad at the card game.
Why?
Where I went, you fat fuck, you can't attack. Yugi has another monster he can attack with. You can't just go because you want to. Yugi has 2 monsters he can hit you with both. You can't just go, all right, you're done. I'm drawing now.
See, I've learned to stop caring about the rules and start just, like, rolling with the punches. But what I cannot excuse is Industrial Illusion's horrible fucking voice work. Because what the fuck was that noise that the Celtic Guardian made? He's humanoid.
they're all bad.
He should not sound like that.
I kept telling myself, you have to roll with the punches. You can't get mad at this card game. When Yugi stood there and went, ever since my mystical elf got on the field, she's been chanting a spell to transfer her attack points to the blue eyes white dragon. I went, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck
See,
up.
I figured...
Shut the fuck up.
Carl, See,
So
I feel...
When did he get a Blue Eyes White Dragon?
he used Monster Reborn to bring it back.
Monster Reborn is a spell card that lets you bring back a
it takes
monster
the other
from
person's-
either graveyard.
I completely missed that.
I'm sorry,
Okay.
Yeah.
guys,
Yeah.
don't you mean Reborn the monster?
Oh,
Reborn
Reborn
the
the Monster is
Monster.
fucking bad.
What the fuck?
That's the Japanese name. It's absolutely
Yeah.
the Japanese name.
Yeah, it's bad. I also just love that as soon as Mystical Elf came on the field, she's just like, and I'm just like, Animal Crossing noises, Mystical Elf, let's go!
Like, I hate this part so much. This right now, I'm saying it is my least favorite fucking play of this entire set of episodes. This is the one. This is my least favorite play. I hate every fucking bit of its existence because it goes against every goddamn thing possible. I can accept the logic behind I made your monster wet, I electrocuted it to death. I can accept burning a dinosaur kills it because fire bad.
Because comment. Yes.
I can't take fucking I put out this elf and it's been chanting a spell to change its strength to someone else. Stupid.
Carl,
Dumb.
literally,
Tomato, booger, bad, nightmare, garbage, idiot, dumb, bad, stupid. Dumb, bad, bullshit, nightmare, bad.
listen. Listen, you can justify it if you say once per turn, Mystical Elf can chant a spell to transfer its attack to someone else.
Nope, it's not an effect card. I don't care. It's a normal monster.
It is a normal monster in our
a pimp
version
card,
of the
doesn't
game.
say anything
In
about that
our
either.
version of the game.
It is in there too. It has yellow. It is yellow on the bottom. It's not an effect card.
Carl, you need to calm down for your own sake, please.
I'm very glad that Yugi blew this man's brains out.
Okay, what? I still don't understand what the Mind Crush ability does. Like, I know you guys have explained it to me, but just in the context of this show,
Don't worry, they
it's
don't know
just
In
either.
the context of the show, all it really does is whatever it needs to for plot. That's all it
Right.
is.
Pretty much.
like for Kaiba, it just like took a piece of himself, but then with this, it just like
I think it's like
just made him disappear.
In the manga, they literally showed it as Kaiba was brain dead for a few months, while he literally had to put his soul back together in the form of a puzzle.
Oh, that's pretty.
that's really cool.
That is really
actually.
good.
I need to read the manga.
I haven't read Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist the manga. I should do that at some point. Like, once we finish this. But I have a few more important notes for this episode. For the dub, I have, this one goes out to my homie Seto Kaiba, get wrecked, you bastard! As he's attacking with blue eyes. It's really good. And then in JP, when he uses Monster Reborn to bring back blue eyes, the assassin's just like, are you planning to revive my blue eyes? And then Yugi's just like, no, I'm reviving Kaiba's card. And I was like, raw, 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 raw.
That's really good.
Oh, here we go. Mind Crush, penalty game. Also known as Collapse of the Heart, Mind Crush, or Mindo Kurashu Kokoro no Hokai. It's a penalty game that Dark Yugi inflicts on Seto Kaiba in the manga at the end of the Death Tea arc. Which was,
The theme park of death.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
where Kaiba literally made a theme park designed to kill Yugi.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I remember that one. Joey dies in it. Raw.
It was
really
used to metaphorically shatter Kaiba's heart, destroying the evil that corrupted it, and leaving him to reassemble the broken heart as a puzzle. Physically, he remained in a coma until he was ready to reawaken.
All I remember about that bit is that they were in a room where Tetronimos are falling on them, and I think Joey gets crushed. And I was like, damn, sucks to suck, huh?
I mean, yeah, sucks to be Joey. It does.
Yeah, it really does.
Not in real life, idiot. Jesus Christ.
I love the way this episode ended where they're like, all right, we did it, Mokuba. Mokuba? And he was
Mokuba?
like, he's gone.
They took
Taken
their
again.
sweet ass fucking time ending the duel and then making sure that Kimo kept his fucking promise about Mokuba.
Just Yugi, just like, not, he's gone. Taken again. Like, Dan Green, you're a god. This
He's
is
got
great.
him.
Ah, shit. I
got
lost
him.
a child again. Oh well.
Yeah, my last note.
Stole him.
My last note is just, damn, Mokuba's gone again. Say hello to that recurring theme.
Oh no. Oh man.
This is why they fired me from my job at Walmart. I kept losing children. Intentionally.
Oh no.
Fuck 'em.
Don't admit that. And then, once that's done, we move on to episode 11.
The intro still fucking
Which
slaps.
is just such a shut up, Carl.
Wait, Shibuya, before that?
Every like
Before that?
what?
Your mind crush one child and they fire you.
Shora, you need to stop. That-
Go ahead, Bio.
I was just saying like just the difference between like this huge epic battle against Kaiba's ghost and then you freaking come back to this T-Rex kid. It's just like
yes.
cool.
So upset.
1 minute you're battling an assassin sent to traumatize a group of children who claims to be the ghost of a kid they beat up at in a card game, and then the next you have Simp King Rex Raptor working for My Valentine, local bitch in charge, to
Or
beat
as
up a
he's
dumb
known-
blonde himbo.
Or as he's known in Japanese, Dinosaur Ryuzaki.
Which is still kind of a raw name. It's
That's a really good
it's
name.
better than
good, yeah.
Insector fucking Haga.
I agree.
Oh, God.
I love that Mai's just like, why can't I stop thinking about Joey? And all I hear is fucking, I won't say I'm in love.
See-
No way.
See, what I wrote was, for that scene, I was just like, I feel you, Mai. If I looked up in the sky and I saw Carl, I couldn't relax either.
You shouldn't. That would scare me. That
So-
makes me think of that Junji Ito comic with the fucking balloon heads with
Oh,
the nooses on them.
See, now you're turning it into something fucked up. I was just like if I saw you at every hour of the day, I'd be concerned.
You looked up and it's just the clouds forming, and I'm like, hey, how's it going, Shibuya, Brooklyn? I would, yeah, no, I'd be scared if you told me that. I'd be like, you need
God,
to
your
go
your
get
profile
help.
picture with like
That's
the
terrifying.
just it would fit perfectly as a balloon head.
See, now I'm considering making that the thumbnail, and I don't want to have to remake a Junji Ito comic because that means I have to look at it. No.
So,
I always read this every once in a while, and I finish. I'm like, why did I do
The
that?
only
So
one I've read is
episode 11.
Uzumaki, and it did not end well for my dreams after that.
episode 11, we start off by finding out that Tristan's voice actor finally fucking changed.
Oh, did it?
Did it?
Oh, really?
Yeah, Tristan, up until this point, has been voiced by Sam Riegel, who also voices, like, 1,000 other people in Yu-Gi-Oh!, apparently.
I love that we were all just like, did it?
I love that Shara's just like, yeah, his VA finally changes, and we're all just like, what?
Listen, okay, you can tell, because in this episode, he goes from, my voice, to, Joey, you gotta do it. He
Joey,
starts
come
having
on,
a
man.
serious voice instead of
You're
the
correct, actually.
I'm a joke.
True. I wasn't actually paying that much attention to it, so I
In
didn't.
a few more hours, the sun will.
Also, Sam Riegel also voices Rex Raptor,
That's really good. That's really good.
who, speaking
Oh,
of
there's
which,
like not one to have him doing both lines.
I have one recurring note. That's gonna happen every time it happens. Stop calling him Joseph.
See, I was just like, "How are you, Joseph?" Has some real strong energy. Mine really is a bad bitch.
so as
That's like if someone came. That's like if Shibuya came up to me and was just like, "Hello there, Carlton," and then I combust into flames because you said my true name.
Catch me joining your stream later tonight and be like, "What's up, Carlton?"
Banned immediately.
hello, Shibuya
wrong with you?
Catherine.
Wrong name, but okay, cute, good attempt.
I mean, Cat's also short for Catherine, but also hello, Catalina.
You cease. Stop doxing me live.
I was gonna do it. I'm glad the gay did it instead.
Censor it, bitch. You won't.
Instead of the Bible.
No, I won't, because it's actually not doxing. It's just like a name. It's whatever. It was just a
All
funny
right,
haha.
so
got
episode
scared.
11.
It's me, Rex Raptor, the cuckold.
Yes. Like, he's a simp
love
and a
Rex.
cuck all at once, and I clap every time.
Can we just talk? Like fucking one of them. Someone at 4Kids said the words "dueling monkey," and they went, "Oh, we gotta put that in an episode."
No.
That's gonna be the next episode. It's just nothing but that.
No.
All of this episode, they're just like, "You're a dueling monkey."
No.
Dueling monkey. I'm not a
dueling
dueling
monkey.
monkey.
No. I need you to realize that someone at 4Kids came up with the phrase "amateurus rex" and thought it was so fucking brilliant that they had to include it in the episode, and then
I mean, I
I
don't know, that's
lost
pretty
my
funny.
fucking shit at how good it is.
It's really
You see?
fucking good.
It's so strong. I'd like to thank whoever at 4Kids wrote this. If you're listening to this stupid podcast, you are a hero. You are a Chad. Thank you.
I also love Joey. Don't forget about your sister. Your sister, Joey.
Yeah.
She's gonna go blind, Joey. Don't forget your sister. She's gonna be blind, Joey. Joey, she can't see anymore, Joey.
Joey, don't forget about your sister. She's blind.
I also love how Joey just socked Tristan right in the goddamn mouth, and he's just like, "What'd you shove me for?"
I know. I wrote that down. But more important
Oh,
than
it was
that,
well fucking deserved, too.
more important
It
than
was.
that, I wrote down, Joey, the speech would be a whole lot better if you hadn't pulled that stunt with battling harpies with 3 land monsters in a row last duel.
I hate to say this, I really do, but the fact that Tristan got punched in the face by Joey for being such a fucking prick and saying like, "Oh, little Joey's not coming out to play," and then turned around and went, "Why'd you punch me for? I didn't do nothing wrong." I went, "Oh God, that's something I would do." That's something I have done
Oh my god.
multiple times.
Oh
So-
my god.
See, kids, they call that gaslighting.
Oh, that's why I have that note. Fuck. I'm looking through my notes for episode 11, and I see one that is quite literally just,
Kill the child.
Oh no.
and I had to think, why? And then I remembered, oh yeah, baby dragon.
Baby dragon. Oh no, that's bad.
I know in the first episode we made a point to move away from sexualizing kids, but I think moving all the way to killing children is still just as bad.
Yes, it is. Thank you
I
for
agree.
bringing that up. Like every episode, I have to have a new list. I have to have a new bullet point added to the list. Like, no, don't sexualize
I'll move away
kids.
from it when Yu-Gi-Oh
no,
does.
don't murder kids. What's episode 3 going to be? Like, no, don't
I
publicly
don't even wanna
humiliate children.
Stop.
It's gonna get so much worse as we go on. If this is a recurring
That's too real.
So
That
topical.
one's too
Yeah.
real because of recent events.
All right. Anyway,
Oh god.
I'd also just like to point out that I have the note. A dueling monkey still has more dignity than a simp, Rex.
Got
And in JP, Joey is just like the horniest motherfucker because he's just like, "You're my servant? I'm a little jealous." And literally, as he's just going, he's just whispering across the field, you know, because you can whisper across like a football field's length. So what'd she promise you if you beat me? And then Rex is just like, I'll never tell. And Joey literally gets so upset he bursts into flames. And I'm like, you are so fucking horny, bro. You stop that.
Yes,
Calm
go on.
down.
I love that Joey just like, I'm gonna put my baby dragon in defense. And Rex is like, you know I can just attack it, right?
Yeah. Literally.
You know that, like, I can just go and hit that, right? Like, you dueled before, right, Joey?
It's so...
You know how this works?
I'm just going to destroy that, you idiot.
Literally when Rex Raptor said, you really shouldn't put weak monsters in face-up defense position, I'm like, tell him, King. For once, I'm like agreeing with you here, because that
I'm
is
like,
the dumbest
Joey,
shit I've
listen.
ever seen, bud.
Like, Joey, listen, bud. What you have to do, you put it in face-down defense, and then you put down, if you have 1 or 2 cards in your spell and trap card zone. So that way they think, if you have them, that way they think, if I attack that, they're gonna fucking pop something. Or in these guys' cases, they're just gonna do it anyway, like that fat asshole did when Yugi clearly said a trap card, and he was like, my mirror force, and this asshole went, no, I didn't know you'd have a trap card. And
Yeah, but then the fat asshole used negate attack, so it's okay.
it's true.
But also, can we talk about how he put Time Wizard, a monster, in the spell and trap card zone?
And yes, that I was like, why did he call it out? He's like, I put down the Time Wizard. That's not where that goes.
A, that's not where that
Why'd
goes.
you call
B,
him?
why the fuck
Why'd
would
you
you say
tell him?
that? C, how could you forget about that? Literally 10 minutes later.
Didn't he use his last time too? Right, against the harpies.
It's trust me, it's a
I
recurring
mean, he
thing
did
for
he did
Joey.
use it last time against the Harpies. That's true, but it's the fact that he's calling out that he's put what he's putting down, which you know you want to keep that a secret
Do
so
you
your
know-
opponents don't know and you can bluff.
Do you know
maybe.
what a worse fucking play than that one was?
What?
I summoned the Flame Swordsman in attack mode.
He's purple. He's a
No,
fusion
you don't.
monster. You cannot play him immediately. What even are rules in Duelist Kingdom?
No, you really don't, Joe. You can't. You need polymerization, Joey.
He's literally
Joey,
yeah.
you can't. Joey.
So, Bio.
This is that kid that like doesn't know anything about Yu-Gi-Oh! He's
Yeah.
just like, I'm gonna use all these super strong cards,
Bio,
and everyone's like, no, you can't do that. It's like, I don't care.
Bio, I'd just like to point something out. Do you remember Gaia, the dragon champion from the Weevil versus Yugi duel? How that was a fusion monster of fusion of 2 cards, and he needed to use polymerization for that. So fusion monsters have a purple card like border. Flame Swordsman had a purple card border. Flame Swordsman is a fusion monster, and Joey just slapped that down on the deck on the field from his hand, and I'm sitting here like, no, you cannot do that. That's not legally allowed.
Should we remember when you said that you learned how to roll with the punches?
You
in
had your
duels?
moment, I had mine, bitch.
It's fair. It's fair because I was just as upset.
Yes.
Again, what crack pipe were they honking on?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna take a brief moment. There's one really fucking great line from Rex in this episode, and it's just
Tough luck for your pussy, cat.
Yeah. It was really good.
I love. Oh my god! Someone at some point just shouts that someone's a. Oh, that's right. When they had the fucking flashback, one of the people in the flashback calls Joey a hair job.
I
was so confused.
didn't remember that.
Then it was
What?
like, "What are you doing, you hair job?" And I was like, "What? What? What?"
Is that a thing I don't know, or is that just not a thing that exists?
I googled that term to see if that was an actual insult, and immediately the first page was Pornhub.
Yeah, no, I was just
no.
like,
Yikes.
it was just like, that's what I heard, just straight up. He's like, "Yeah, hair job." I guess because like he's calling him a freak job because of his hair. I guess.
I guess, but also it could just be,
But it was, like,
4 kids
so
sneaking
weird.
something in that literally no one will understand unless they're super horny.
My assumption would be
maybe.
he's making fun of his obviously super styled and gelled hair. Which
Yeah.
means
Yeah, that's
he's-
what I was
That's what
thinking.
I would think if I hear the term, and
It's
not,
just like-
Pornhub.
Confused. Like, that's such a bad insult.
It really is.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Tough luck for your pussy.
Cat.
Well, there you go. There's your fucking sink, Shibuya.
Not really, because you guys were still off sync, but okay.
Yeah, a little bit. I love when Tristan just became a Force ghost just because.
It's so good. Also, I made the note of, if Swamp and Lava Battle Guard can have that team up, why can't Winged Dragon, Guardian of the Fortress 1 and 2 have that?
That'd be really good.
They're
Fuck.
also recolors of the same dragon.
Okay.
I was very upset when they were going to have a very cool fight scene and then just didn't. Did that change? Was there like fists being thrown in the sub?
Oh, no, I
only-
looked that one up.
Yeah, in the sub, the first one is still, like, has a weird cut where it doesn't show Joey punching Tristan. But at the end of the duel, when Tristan punches Joey back, they show that in the sub. That is explicitly a punch to the face.
What the? Okay, sure.
So, Shibuya, I have to ask you about this, if
What
you
up?
noticed this. There's cut content from the dub to the sub, or from the sub to the dub, I should say, where Mai literally calls Yugi and the gang a fucking group of, like, a mother duck and her ducklings in another life or something like that. And then throughout the
And
episode,
then the ducks are in the
there's a
background walking behind them. Yes, I love that so much.
There's
It was
a family
so
of ducks
fucking funny.
following them the entire time.
It was so fucking
Was that in the dub?
No,
in the
it's
sub.
With the ducks?
that's not
I mean,
in-
like with the duck scene?
That's not in the dub. It's only in the
They
sub,
cut
and
that out
it's
of the
such
dub
a
for some
cute
reason.
fucking moment because they're just like, "Hey, ducks? What kind of ducks?" And then there's just a mama duck and a couple ducklings walking literally behind their heads. It's so good.
Oh god. Also, when they cut to the fucking scene of Yugi walking to Tristan, who's splashing himself with water, for some reason my brain just went immediately to what I would write as an abridged joke, which was literally just, Tristan, you know that's not actually you in the water, right? Tristan growls like a chihuahua.
So fucking stupid. It's actually really good. Oh, that's a really good abridged joke. Another note I had was in the sub. My very first note was, I'm still waiting to hear my ada ada, and she hasn't done it yet. Sad.
Ada, ada. If only.
Like, one of these days she's gonna ada ada in the sub, and I'm just gonna start being like, yeah, whoa, you go, bad bitch. But until that day.
My final note on this episode was this fight fucking sucks.
It is pretty bad so far. But I'm glad that I got to write down, so even the regional runner-up doesn't know about elemental weaknesses. Wow, what an idiot.
Serpent Night Dragon's kind of raw.
It is kind of cool. All of
It
it.
is.
I used to have one of those, and it's a fucking raw ass card.
Is Red Eyes Black Dragon a card?
Yes.
It's a whole archetype.
Or did they make that up for this? Okay.
It's a very popular set of monsters.
Alongside the
Yeah.
White Dragon?
I love it.
Okay.
I used to have, like, a variant of Red Eyes as, like, the main centerpiece of one of my decks in 2014. It's real good.
It also
Now let me-
legitimately is Joey's signature card from this point on.
Yeah, it's real good.
Oh yeah, he like wins. It's just like, I'm going to
Yeah.
take that.
Speaking of, episode 12, Trial by Red Eyes. So you could say it's a trial of the dragon.
Yay.
As a Persona joke, thank you all for
I
coming out.
hate... I don't like this fight. I don't like
Yeah.
how it
It's
ends.
Fight back.
real dumb. It's
It's
so
just like
bad.
he pulls out this stupid time wizard again. It's like, oh no, he made them
Oh no,
old
he
and
flipped a
they
coin and
died
had
again.
a 50-50 chance of winning or losing the duel.
Time Wizard comes out, it goes, spin!
Okay,
I
but
wrote down for that part, leave it all to chance. Let God sort them out.
He's just
you
like,
guys-
oh no, but you're destroying the space-time continuum. I'm like, it's a game. It's literally just a hologram.
It's showing the evolution of man in the background.
okay, but you're all
Oh my god, the T-pose.
but you're
The freaking T-pose.
oh my god.
Bio,
the
I have
problem
to
is-
tell you something real quick. You think them talking about destroying the space-time continuity from a Time Wizard is bad here? That is a legitimate fucking plot point for future series of Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh no.
You're all getting a little ahead of yourselves because there's a line at the start of the dub that I pointed out and I wrote down, and it was just, dueling's more about heart than strength. And I think Yugi says this to Joey, and I'm just like, lol, tell that to the guy who has his blue eyes hacked and melted.
Yep.
It's also very funny when Rex just straight up goes, "I'm no lousy snake. I'm a dinosaur. You know that." And I'm just like, Rex, are you telling me you're a scaly? Is Raptor even your father's legal last name?
I'm not a furry. I'm a scaly. Get it right.
And I'm not
asshole.
a freaky fish guy.
Oh my god. So at my, a little bit off track, but at my, private Christian university, one of my professors found out about furries and scalies.
Oh no!
It was the best thing
Hold on. I have a side tangent to that one.
Oh no!
I had a guy at my old job was one of the substitutes who showed up one day, and he mentioned to everyone, all these fucking old people and the one other coworker around my age, that he was a furry. And they were all like, "What's that?" And my coworker, so excited, just shouted, "This guy fucks Pikachu!" And I stood up and walked out of the room. I was like, "I'm done. I'm not staying here for this. I'm leaving. I can't deal with this man explaining what a furry is to all these 60-year-olds. I'm gone."
Oh my god.
Oh, it's so
In this
funny.
case, it would be, this guy fucks Devil Dinosaur.
This guy fucks Mega Zowler. Oh my god.
This guy gets off to Power Rangers Dino Thunder.
Listen. Connor kind of cute though. It's not. You bring up Dino Thunder, and that's the one season of Power Rangers I really, really cared about. So I'm just gonna be like, yeah.
It's the best one besides Time Force. Time Force was really
It's
good.
pretty strong. SPD is also pretty good because Doggy Kruger, but I haven't rewatched that since I was like 12.
Okay.
Yes.
Rex Raptor would just watch Dino Thunder, see Mesogog, and be like,
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, Power Rangers podcast when?
I'd be fucking down for that.
When we find someone else to edit it.
Oh,
Please
God.
subscribe to our Patreon.
Hey, if you guys want to support the podcast and enough people say like, hey, if you made a Patreon, I'd be a patron. I can make a Patreon, but I need
Give us
enough
money, that way
confidence
we
in order
can
to
give-
make one.
Give us money, then we'll give the money to Shibuya, and then Shibuya will edit everything we ever do.
Shibuya,
Do you want me to
sweetie,
not stream and have free
You
time?
should have confidence in your abilities because you do great stuff.
If Dan can manage.
Dan also has like
Why can't Carl do it?
Well, I can't what?
that's a good question, Bio. Why can't Carl?
Because I have a full-time job and I edit my own videos. I have 5 to 6 different series going on at the same time.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I want to get a solid grip on this podcast before I add more workload.
Why did I do this to myself?
Like, we're already having to watch, I'm already watching 12 episodes per episode of this podcast. If we do Dino Thunder, I would also want to do a reasonable number of episodes per episode, and that means I'm going to have way less free time to myself.
And then we'd
like,
have to
stream
have a
and shit?
similar rule
So-
where we watch the Sentai equivalent.
I don't know that I want to do that.
So episode 12!
Episode 12 of Yu-Gi-Oh!
Sorry for the side tangent.
Episode 12 is pretty raw at the beginning. Red Eyes Black Dragon is
No.
fucking awesome.
No.
And then dies.
Red Eyes is awesome.
And
Red
then,
Eyes is so good.
Dual bad.
The duel ends in like 3 minutes, and
Yeah.
then
What-
the
who
episode
is
is
this
sponsored
kid?
by Pepsi.
Yeah, I know,
Which
it's
kid?
so good.
Wait, do you mean Bakura? From
yeah,
school?
who is that?
You mean
Bakura?
Bakura? Bakura from school?
Bakura who snuck onto this boat without telling any of us who also snuck onto this boat? Bakura?
That Bakura? That Bakura who's never shown interest in duel monsters?
I forgot about that bit, so I just wrote, is that Bakura from class instead of from school? 'Cause I forgot exactly what you said.
But he's like, let's do a duel, and then freaking shows that he has one of the Millennium items. I
Once
was like,
again, we're
what?
skipping through a lot of episode 12
we
to skip to
ever-
Bakura.
okay.
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Okay,
I
wait,
just
just-
want to bring up the
Oh,
fact that
sorry.
yes,
No,
mine just straight up brings
yeah.
Pepsi to Duelist Kingdom. JoJo's Part
Sidebar.
4 and Yu-Gi-Oh! Both sponsored by Pepsi.
If we ever have merchandise for this fucking series, we're going to have to make a shirt that says, is that Bakura? Bakura from school?
Oh yeah, like just sell, I don't know, a phone case. It's just like, is that Bakura? Bakura from school?
I love how cruel Mai is, just walking up to these people starving and just eating food
Oh, it's
and
so
just
bad.
dead naming Joey again.
Oh, you guys are hungry enough to eat poisonous mushrooms? Get fucked, losers.
They're going through all of her food and they're calling dibs on the candy and the chips, and they go, "We got canned fruit." Silence.
That's so good. It's such a
No
good
one
bit.
claims dibs on the canned
Okay,
fruit. It's
when-
so funny.
When Taya and Mai are talking and you just pan over to them cooking and you hear, Joey, I don't think we should cook the candy bars. Back off, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, that was really good.
Dumb, I love it. I also just want to bring up, going back to the Rex duel, briefly. Literally, if Rex hadn't reminded Joey he had Time Wizard on the field, the bitch wouldn't have lost.
Exactly.
Literally getting greedy
Rex is dumb.
sealed his fate.
I want that card in this trading card game.
Can I just say, I thought Taya was showering with her clothes on for a hot second. I was like, did they really change this scene so she has her clothes on in the shower?
No, it's really
And then
funny.
they showed her actually getting undressed. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Just making
That
sure
scene
she
started,
isn't
and I
being
just-
a fucking freak of nature.
If I would have written notes, it would have been, oh no, 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 no. I don't want to hear what Carl has to say about this.
Oh,
Bold of you to assume I'd have any interest in Taya.
See what I wrote for my notes, because there are two lines. There's one line immediately after beating Rex where Tristan and Joey are running up to each other, and one of my bets was that Carl would make a comment about "give me some skin, bro," as they're running up to each other, and I was just like, I know Carl's going to talk about Joey and Tristan banging. I'm calling this now 5 days
Wrong.
before recording. You didn't, which upsets me. The other thing.
Oh, Shibuya.
What's the other one?
I'm gonna blow your fucking mind
Did
for a
you
second.
talk about that bit?
I nearly wrote a note because midway through the fucking Rex Raptor duel, when they talked about the swamp and lava battle guards, I got reminded to when I was a teenager and found a fanfic about Joey and Tristan turned into those cards by Bakura, and they fuck.
Of course.
What?
That sounds pretty good, actually.
Fanfic is like this. The other note I
What
had.
was the second one? I need to know.
The other note I had where I made a bet that Carl was going to make a comment, and I'm upset that I lost both of these because I thought for sure you were going to at least comment on one. A direct
Wrong.
quote from the dub. I'm willing to swallow my pride if it means swallowing some food.
Oh, right. No, I did make one on that. I said I'm willing to swallow a lot of things too, Tristan. Straight up, I was like, I don't want to say it because she's gonna fucking kick my ass. But yeah, I straight up wrote down, I'm willing to swallow a lot of things too, Tristan.
I literally was like, Carl's going to make a joke about them blowing each other. I know this. I'm calling it now.
Oh, not that far.
We did
Nope.
Reddit.
I was making a joke about blowing anyone else. I was just saying, my maw is ready.
I'd also like
Tristan.
to point out that Tristan's ghost story is kind of just the pizza episode of Jimmy Neutron. The sleepover
Yes.
episode with the sentient pizzas that try to
Yes.
eat them.
I like that they're saying like, wow, this canned soup is really good. So are these rice jelly donuts.
My favorite part is that they seem to cook the bags of curry still in the bag, and I'm like, if you boil that, isn't it gonna fucking like melt the plastic? That's not gonna be good for you.
Oh no, I wrote a really sad one. I was just like, let's make fun of Joey instead. That's always fun. Like, that sounds familiar. Like how it happens to me every day.
Carl, we have a recurring bit that makes fun of me constantly. You can calm down.
What are you talking about? I don't know. What bit is that? Is there a
Anyway,
bit?
my Valentine respects
Don't
women.
worry, guys. Carl loves women.
I literally was trying to transition to. Anyway, my Valentine actually respects women. I appreciate it. Because she
For a
and Taya
second, I
have
thought
a
you said
moment.
my Valentine loves women, and I was like, I mean, kind of correct.
I mean, she is a woman, so it would be in her best interest.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, but and Taya having this moment of solidarity, just like, yeah, we're girls on this island. There's not many of us. We got to stick together. And I'm like, in a climate with a bunch of card playing boys, yes, you do have to stick together, just at least some degree.
Mine's a real one.
We're both female, therefore we have to stick together.
So I need to know, what was my thinking about in the sub when she walked off? Because I definitely know it wasn't just, I'm strong, no need friends.
Let me tell you something.
But they nice.
I don't know what she was thinking of when she walked to the cliff, but I know that they had a scene around the campfire in the sub where Mai gives a backstory that's actually enriching and gives a little bit of insight into her character. She used to be a dealer on a cruise ship casino, and she goes into this whole spiel about a bunch of rich dudes just flaunting their money and like needlessly placing bets because they can, and how she was getting sick of it. And I was like, what the fuck? I like this backstory for Mai. Why would you get rid of it?
Kids won't understand it. Get rid of
Fuck, man.
it. Kids are stupid.
God. But yeah, like,
My Valentine is just the gender-bent Carl.
where's the casino backstory for Carl then, huh?
Who's to say I didn't work in a casino?
You're to say, did you or didn't you?
No, that's information I can't be revealing here because the police may find me.
Fair enough. Anyway, My Valentine Immediately Getting Kidnapped shows every woman why they need to use the buddy system at night on a remote island.
This is why you carry a taser on you.
Yes.
I wrote down, all caps, stranger danger, stranger danger. This is literally illegal. Stop.
This anime came out in the year 2000, and it still has a moment where I, as a woman, am just like, this is why I am afraid.
Very real question.
Gosh, guys, Mai's been gone for a while. You think we should go look for her? Yeah, we probably should.
She probably just ditched us.
Nah, she probably just went to go take care of, like, powder her nose or something, female things. Stupid broads. Anyway, you.
Let's go look for her anyway. Oh, hey, Bakura. Bakura from school. Bakura? That Bakura?
I have a legitimate question. How did Mai not hear this big-ass fucking 9-foot-tall man sneak up behind her?
She was too busy thinking about the big Joey up in the sky.
She's thinking about Popeyes. How did I fucking mix those two up? Holy shit.
Listen, she was having an existential crisis about
I was
friendship.
going to say, she's thinking about the Popeyes chicken sandwich.
I think about that every day. Also,
Same, it's
yes,
really good.
anytime I'm doing an approximation of Mai's voice, it's going to be the abridged Mai. Hello there, Joey.
I love, like, Bakura's like, let's just have a regular little duel, guys. A regular, normal duel.
No, you're
Nothing on the line.
forgetting the part beforehand where Bakura just has like this weird topic of, if you all could be one of your playing cards, what would you be? And then Teia's like,
Yugi? Yeah, Bakura? What's your persona?
Teiya literally has this moment of just going like, it's kind of weird comparing ourselves to trading cards, huh? And I just wrote, Teiya, getting a playing card isn't weird. You gotta stop judging people, man. There's weirder kinks out there.
That's the weird thing for you. I thought the weird thing was Yugi saying he's like the dark magician because he's more Karibo with all that fucking hair on his head.
I mean, you're right. Fuck.
I mean, Yugi is a Karibo, but he wants to be a dark magician, which is kind of funny and kind of
I
cute
feel
if
that.
you think about it. Because
He's a
it's just
twink
like,
that wants to be a bear.
you're a small child who wants to be powerful. I get that. I too am baby who want power.
The all-star team of cards. Eat shit, kid.
Oh yeah. If Yugi hadn't picked dark magician, things would not have been as like, you know.
Oh, wow, guys. You all chose normal-type monsters. Except you, Teiya. You chose an effect monster. You chose smart.
I'm sure that in the sub there is a difference in this, but in the dub, when Bakura, the camera zoomed out from them, and Bakura's
No,
talking
there's no
about, I have
change.
something
They
to show you
still show the
all.
Millennium Ring before it actually fades into existence.
Really?
That pan, I'm pretty sure that they drew that before they figured out the order of shots.
That's
Because it's really
bad.
weird and really bad. But also, like, does the Millennium Ring just have a camouflage setting? Like, why the fuck is it just invisible until it needs to not
I think
be?
it was supposed to be coming through his shirt?
Yeah, it like pops out of him. It pops out of his body.
Because in the manga, when it's under his shirt, the points on it are literally digging into his skin.
Ooh. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, the Millennium Ring is fucked up.
the ring is fucked up, so it makes a little sense, but like, ugh.
Oh,
I'd also just like to tell you all right now that sub Bakura's VA is so timid and like dainty, and I hate it. But then as soon as Bakura starts going feral with the ring, I'm just like, okay, I get why you chose this VA. I understand now. It works. Also, it's such a bad effect.
Okay, terrible image quality, but I actually found a panel from the manga that, yeah, the prongs on it literally dig into his skin to prevent him from ever taking it off.
Oh,
that's really cool. That's really cool.
That's really neat as an idea, but still really fucked up. Oh god.
The manga is fucking raw. I'm honestly tempted to start reading fucking chapters of the manga while we go along with this, but then I'm gonna run into filler and be like, fuck!
Yeah, same.
I need to get a fucking cast. So I have a very sad story before we end, like, talking about some of this shit. I went to my old house, which is my sister's house now, to get the dual discs that were in my attic. They are no longer there. They threw them out. I'm very upset.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
I very much wanted them very badly. So now I have to resort to buying one on eBay.
Hey, there's that one I found for 60
Dual
bucks.
discs on eBay, not as expensive as I thought they would be, aside from a few crackheads who are like, dual disc, original, $600. They made a Proplica dual disc like 4 years ago, and I'm so mad because now in box the prices for that are $600 plus.
Jesus.
When it came, I mean, Proplicas are expensive. Like the Proplica Keyblade is like $350, $400 nowadays, and it like lights up and projects a keyhole onto the wall. So that's it. Neat.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I've found used ones that have like light wear and tear because they've existed since like 2002 from like 60 to 85, which is a decent price range for that sort of thing. And I've been so tempted, man. Like it's absurd.
I want a Chaos dual disc.
I just want a regular dual disc. Like, but then when I get it, I'm gonna be so afraid of it snapping in half like my old one did when I put it on and like had it snap together closed. Because that's what broke the last one.
Be gentle with it, easy peasy.
Literally, I can be as gentle as I want, and I'll still have this like lingering fear of I have to leave this on my shelf and never touch it. If I touch it, it will break. This is my curse. This is my fear. I hate this. Oh, it's gonna suck, but I'll have to do it anyway. So.
Anyway,
now that we're off of the topic of buying nostalgic kids' toys on eBay, let's get into our least favorite card/play.
Freaking stupid magic wizard time stop crap. So stupid. I hate
I'm sorry,
it.
you don't like time magic where you literally flip a coin and then win or lose the duel? Time
Well,
magic.
even like during that whole section, he was like, if I lose, I get a chunk of my health taken out. And Tristan's like, oh no, he only has a chunk left. And I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Like,
so least favorite card. It's got to be Hitatsumi Giant because look at him, he scares me. He's awful.
But Hitatsumi Giant Raw.
Favorite play, or least favorite play. Least favorite play. You already know my fucking answer.
Say it anyway.
Now my dragon has 4,000 attack points, Fake Kaiba. Thank you, Isabel Animal Crossing, for twerking on my cards.
See, my least favorite play isn't even really a play. It's a moment when Rex literally just loses the duel because he reminds Joey that he has Time Wizard on the fucking field. Like, literally, had you not said anything and just been like, "Give me your deck, loser! You don't deserve this anymore," like an asshole, you could have just like gotten the card free almost. So yeah, Rex being stupid is my least favorite play.
My least favorite card is Sword Arm of Dragon. That thing looks so fucking bad. And it has a goddamn stupid name.
Yeah, it's a
My
really
least
dumb
favorite
name.
play was Mokuba thinking that fucking Audrey 2-ass goddamn plant could kill anything with 600 attack points.
Real quick. Mokuba's brother is the fucking champion of Yu-Gi-Oh! You think he would have learned how to play the game at all?
Why did my monster lose?
I mean, listen,
Mokuba
probably
has like 500 attack points.
Mokuba probably has a deck at home that he actually like uses and puts time into. He just didn't get to take it with him because he was kidnapped.
I literally never duel again in the entire series ever.
Shibuya, I don't know how to break this to you, but he literally put down a monster that was weaker than Yugi's monster and attacked it thinking he would win. I don't think he's practiced shit.
He's also fucking 7. All right, Carl.
When I was 7, I was doing duels and winning.
When I was 7, I would do duels and then
Punching
stack
friends.
my decks with like Dark Magician, Blue Eyes, all monsters that were too high level to actually summon. So don't tell me shit about how
Fucking
7-year-olds are actually smart. They're not.
Well, I don't know how to tell you. You had some sort of fucking issues. I was fucking great.
Yeah, I was a dipshit. I was 7. Those things are
my
synonyms.
my only thing with Yu-Gi-Oh was getting mad at friends and punching them in the face.
Oh, really
You
good.
can't summon that.
Okay, so moving on, we have our favorite card/play, and I'm gonna just go ahead and start. When Joey accidentally kicked Rex Raptor's fucking ass with Flame Swordsman.
You didn't ask Bio's favorite and least favorite. Least favorite.
No, he started. It was Time
Stupid
Wizard.
time
You did?
magic
Oh.
Time
wizard lord
magic.
whatever thing.
You're right.
It was literally when we all said time
My-
magic.
Listen, I have the memory of a goldfish. I apologize.
And yet you remember punching a child in the face many years ago over Yu-Gi-Oh!
I always remember that. It's like a 51st dates thing. I can only remember things before a certain point.
What is that certain point? I'm curious. Establish lore for us, Carl.
The accident.
What
The accident.
what accident?
So our favorite play.
Jesus Christ.
I will say I have a backup for favorite play, but I will wait to say it until everyone else is gone in case someone else brings
Favorite
it
card,
up.
Time Wizard.
Shut up.
Time Wizard favorite card.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
My favorite play was Joey accepting the trade with Rex and getting the red eyes. That's my favorite play.
It's a pretty good play.
Because you got the red eyes
My
out of it.
favorite card was probably Red Eyes Black
Red
Dragon.
Eyes very
so that's
raw,
pretty
yeah.
cool.
Good.
My favorite play was when Yugi summons that rock titan to punch the moon.
Giant Soldier of Stone stabbing the
good.
moon is very raw. Shora?
I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember anything from the Mako duel, so I'm not gonna say anything from the Mako duel.
Okay, there's 2 other duels you can pick from.
I know. Real talk, there were only 3 duels in 6 episodes.
Yeah.
I hate it. My favorite card, can't choose Red Eyes anymore, so...
You don't have to pick a favorite card. It can just be favorite play.
Serpent Knight Dragon is really fucking raw looking. Serpent Knight Dragon's card art actually looks cool. So Serpent Knight Dragon's my favorite card from this. My favorite play, Magical Hats, is pretty fucking raw.
Magical Hats is really good. There's a reason it becomes a staple in Yugi's deck later on.
Magical Hats is raw.
So my backup for favorite play was, and I quote, when Kaiba, through the power of Skype calling Yugi, helps him realize that ghosts aren't fucking real. I was so happy when that shit happened, because it was just like, bro, I'm still alive, bro. Bro, you're alive? Bro, yeah, ghosts are fucking stupid. Damn, bro, you're right, bro. Thanks, bro. No problem, bro.
It's pretty good.
It's real good.
Yugi, ghosts aren't real, but telepathy totally is.
It's pretty good. Offhandedly, I would also just like to point out that after Yugi mind crushes Kaiba's separated evil / just a random assassin, and just like communicates with Pegasus, and it's just like, Pegasus, I know you can hear me, bitch. This is a call out post on twitter.com. I am coming for your ass. It was so good. Every time I see that, I'm just like,
try that shit
It's very
again and
good.
see what happens, bitch. I'm going to that had the Millennium Eye in it at one point.
no, we need to end this now. I need to close out this podcast. I wanted people's closing thoughts, but now you don't get that. You've been privilege revoked. We're done. We'll see you all in 2 weeks. Goodbye. Thank you for listening to the Millennium Microphone. This podcast is something that all of us are very excited to be making and putting out there. So if you like what you hear, make sure to follow everyone's socials down in the description below. And, hey, if you know someone that you think might enjoy this, who's a fan of the original Yu-Gi-Oh!, who's never heard it before in their life and wants an excuse to watch along, then hey, spreading the word helps us out a lot, especially when we're just starting out. We have a lot of future ideas that we might want to do, but none of that is going to be possible without listeners, so thank you so much for your support. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
See you next duel.